Did you have a betting pool on which Maxine Waters t-shirt I'd be wearing? Would it be reclaiming my time, or would it be do not test the waters? Don't test the waters. I'm going to need the Maxine Waters shut up drop all morning, Sean. That's what I'm going to need. Yes. Particularly when we have Ellie Mistal here, who wrote, as usual, a brilliant piece in The Nation. Stuff I had totally... Well, you know, he went to Harvard Law School. Something, case, whatever. A brilliant piece about... Are you as nervous as I am about the Chauvin trial and verdict? I'm on pins and needles. And okay.
Yeah, like I said yesterday, it's hard to get into the head of a jury because you see a lot more than the jury sees. But then again, the jury sees a lot more in the room than we see on television.
God the jury didn't hear what that stupid judge said. That's what set everybody off yesterday about Maxine Waters. It's just, okay, could I have my shut up? I'm going to need my shut up.
You need to respect the chair and shut your mouth.
Thank you. Maxine Waters did not encourage violence. She has never encouraged violence. And I can't believe we have these capital insurrectionists that are still in office that actually did encourage violence. And everyone's like, oh, clutch the pearls. You know, Maxine Waters, who has always been, obviously, fiery. And this is a trial everyone around the world is watching, and she's asked about it. You know, when she said we have to stay in the street, this is what everybody's saying. If this verdict doesn't go the right way, people are really on edge, and she's talking about we have to stay in the street. She didn't ever encourage anyone. Okay. What was the original thing they accused her of? Oh, she was talking about human rights abuses by the Trump administration and caging children, which a lot of people were passionate and emotional about. And she said you need to stay in their faces. She was talking about Trump administration official. She never encouraged violence. Her whole life has been about protest, right? And you need to, okay. Yes. The people were in the streets all over the world over George Floyd. Obviously, anyway, but the fact that, the judge says, oh, well, yes, you might be able to bring that up on appeal. It's like, Trump never shut his pie hole once about an ongoing case, and he was in charge of right? It was his Justice Department. Maxine Waters is not in control of anything here, right? She's a person with a right to an opinion like anybody else, and I can't. You can tell I'm a little fired up. Between her and...
you can't even today.
I literally stopped being able to even before it is even time to even on the show. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Between that and Ted Nugent, I just don't. I can't take COVIDiots anymore. I can't.
That is Schadenfreude-delicious.
Okay, but he still hasn't changed his mind about. I can't. This is what
he said. It kicked his ass for 2 weeks.
Yes, Ted Nugent has tested positive for coronavirus. Try to keep your Schadenfreude to a minimum. Well-known COVID. I love this. Rocker and COVID denier Ted Nugent has tested positive for coronavirus. But this is like these stories they tell us. Just the frontline workers have told us. The people literally are dying of COVID are COVID deniers and saying, get this stuff off of me. I don't have COVID. Why are you wearing the stupid masks? Blah, blah, blah. There's something in our country I don't even understand. And we're hitting this wall already with vaccine that I just, okay. He revealed in a Facebook video that he is seriously ill with that he insisted was fake or not very serious. He said, everyone told me I should not announce this. I have had the flu symptoms is he still going with flu? I've had the flu symptoms for the last 10 days. I thought I was dying, just a cluster. I tested positive today. I got the Chinese. So, of course, he had to throw racist stuff in on top of...
course he did.
Okay, so this hasn't changed. I mean, seriously, if this doesn't change people's hearts or minds when they get it, I don't know. Right. Okay. He downplayed the pandemic and various mitigation efforts as recently as last week, and even after his own infection, Nugent isn't about to change his stance on COVID-19, especially when it comes to vaccine. He said, no one knows what's in it. You can't even honestly answer our questions exactly what's in it.
That's false. That is false.
Okay, I'm going to guess he takes, Viagra, any number of stuff. He doesn't know what's in it. Right? I mean, and how many drugs has he ingested in his life? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there as much data as there is on the vaccines on whatever Ted Nugent has ingested in probably every orifice of his body, I can't. See, this is what happens when I can't even before I start a thing. He's just...
Point of order.
Yes.
Ted Nugent has famously said throughout his entire career that he's never taken drugs and never drank alcohol. So.
Stephanie Miller regrets the error. Apparently, he's just bat crazy, just naturally.
Yes.
Just naturally.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you come to see me play in state fairs or casinos, I'll go on right-wing rants. And I didn't ever want to go to Vietnam. And so I crapped in my pants. 'Cause I'm just bat crazy. Bat crazy. My mind is hazy. I'm bat crazy. You know my brain is lazy. 'Cause I'm just bat crazy.
Wow. Thanks, Rocky Mike. Wow. Sorry, I'm fine now. What? I'm back. Okay. I need some things to prop me up this morning. Let's see. Yes, thank you. Damien in New York, Pennsylvania says, am I the only one who notices the same folks who tell us that God is in charge of everything? And everyone also seems not to understand that this same God gives us doctors' brains to, develop vaccines to eradicate pandemics. Why can't they all be Fugelsang's? Why? Why can they not understand Jesus the way my personal comedy Jesus does? I mean, really? He created people. He created people with the brains that came up with the right vaccines that are okay.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I guess this also remains in the Ted Nugent stack. This prominent COVID-19 conspiracy theorist dies from the virus he questioned after spreading it at illegal parties.
Oh, yes. That's going to happen.
As you do.
Again,
Yeah.
Keep your schadenfreude to a minimum. A Norwegian conspiracy theorist. Oh, yeah, there. Hey, there.
Oh.
Yikes. Well, it's not funny, really, because, he died from coronavirus. He insisted it was no big deal. Hans Christian Gardner had gained notoriety by claiming COVID was no worse than a cold or a flu before dying of the virus April 6th, just days after hosting illegal gatherings March 26th and 27th at his barn. The 60-year-old Gardner had insisted the virus did not spread through person-to-person contact, but several guessed that those gatherings had been infected and passed the virus to others. He refused to be even tested for the virus and allegedly hid his symptoms from others, but local officials confirmed that he died of COVID. Okay. All right. Do you know how the right wing loves Israel? They're so pro-Israel. They're so right. They criticize every Democratic because you can't be pro-Israel enough. How come whenever, then when it's a subject they don't like, they're just like, they don't know. Do you understand there's no COVID in Israel? Because listen, if Israel knows one thing, it's self-preservation. It's how to stay alive. Everyone there is vaccinated. You need a vaccine passport. You cannot go anywhere without a vaccine. They are, okay. Israel, a global leader in the COVID vaccine rollout, has dropped its outdoor mask mandate effective Sunday as new cases and deaths continue to remain low. It's so weird. What could be the connection? I wonder. About 81% of those living in Israel over age 16 have received both doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Cases have fallen to a 7-day average of 167 over the past week. COVID deaths have dropped to an average of 6. The mask mandate still applies to public indoor spaces. Israel is still implementing containment measures, particularly as a few cases of an Indian variant are being reported. So they adjust to new information, but everybody wears masks. Everybody gets it right, vaccinated. Everybody complies, and they're back to normal. I don't understand what's so hard. What's so hard about this? Because we're a nation of Ted Nugents, of Norwegian conspiracy theorists now. Somebody help mommy. Help mommy. Oh, look, here's President Biden's trying to help. Look, this was yesterday.
Folks, I have good news. Everybody is eligible as of today to get the vaccine. We have enough of it. You need to be protected, and you need in turn to protect your neighbors and your family. So please, get the vaccine.
Yes! President Biden says it's the patriotic thing to do. As the Pope says, it is your moral responsibility. I don't. What do we do? Boys, help mommy. what do we do now to get through this wall of vaccine hesitancy? I mean, I don't know whether we can chip away at it a little, loved one at a time, friend, neighbor, family member, but, we're already here at this, supply outstripping demand, right?
Trump sounds kind of petty. He's not going to make a commercial.
Oh.
He did go on
really?
Fox
Today
yesterday,
you
though.
put Trump sound bites on my list. I'm not going to play those because then I take all the incoming.
The story of Russia is amazing.
Okay. Does he have a little story about he has a little story about Russia? Okay. I can't listen. You can just give us the cliff notes. Okay. All right. And Sean, I don't know. People just, trying to make more work for you, more whining. Marty says, hey, what about team hydroxychloroquine? I haven't had any malaria now for a year. Okay. It's not a vaccine, and you don't get a jingle.
It doesn't rhyme with anything.
Right. You try that, you sick bastard person. Okay. Hang on. Where was I have another one. Hold, please. Hold, please.
Oh, boy.
What?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Talk amongst yourselves. I have happy headlines. I have happy headlines to get me through until Ellie Mistal gets here. Oath Keepers guilty plea may lead January 6 prosecutors to Trump. Thank you. Yep. This is why I can't handle this Maxine Waters stuff. We have actual Congress people who have incited actual violence and continue to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have? Okay, here's Auntie Maxine. She was at a protest. Okay, here she is.
Yes, I would like to see the bill in Congress pass on police reform, but I know that the right wing, the racists, are opposed to it, and I don't know what's going to happen to it. But I know this: we've got to stay in the street, and we've got to demand justice.
Okay, what is there something different in that than in the history of protest in the United States? We need to stay in the streets, and okay. All right, one more. Here we go.
We're looking for a guilty verdict. We're looking for a guilty verdict, and we're looking to see if all of the talk that took place and has been taking place after they saw what happened to George Floyd, if nothing does not happen, then we know that we've got to not only stay in the street, but we've got to fight for justice.
Okay, again, no incitement of violence there. And last one, Auntie Maxine.
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we need this.
So let me get it straight. That's more clutch the pearls offensive than what Derek Chauvin did. So even his stupid defense lawyer brought it up, right? Was this thing. Maxine Waters said a thing. I mean, does she not have a First Amendment right? I'm confused about this whole issue.
She does.
Seems like a very quiet room this morning. Hello. Who's with me? Okay. I am reclaiming my time, Sean.
Good.
Got to tell you. On behalf of Maxine Waters, who is reclaiming her time and her First Amendment, people. She has a First Amendment right too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to speak on the battles I've won, but I'm reclaiming my time. All right. That's not why I brought you here to share. And I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah.
What?
Don't read my resume, cause I was there. I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
All right. Thank you, Auntie. Yes, she is. Thank you, Auntie Maxine. I am like a poodle on linoleum until this verdict comes in. Oh, I'm so nervous.
We all are.
I need backup. I need Jody Hamilton. Yes. I need Charlie Pierce. I need Ellie Mistal. We've got them all. And we have Mike, the pillow guy, getting prank called. And thinking it's Donald Trump. So what's not fun about that?
Yeah.
All right, 20 minutes after, and I promise I will not inflict the Trump sound bites on you that Travis has inflicted on me. I don't, just because he hits me doesn't mean I'm going to hit you.
He did say people should get the vaccine.